Good day, students. I'm going to do the Excel part with you. It is the November 2023 question paper, and then to many of you, I emailed the files, but if you still need them, you can just let me know. I'll email them to you. All right. So it is the competition workbook that you're going to open, and then you're also going to open question 4, where you will be doing your screenshots. Okay. Then on A, they say, let me just open this one. There are 2 worksheets at the bottom. On the left it says SA Comp, and then on the right it is Durban. But it is in the competition workbook. In other words, it's one workbook, but you can have many worksheets in one workbook. So they say copy the range A2 to A11 from SA Comp and then paste it in the Durban worksheet, and they want you to keep the source column width. So I'll show you how to do that. So it's A2, and then you can say Control C, or you can right click and click copy, or in the top left corner you can choose that copy option, whatever works for you. Then you click on the Durban worksheet, and then you're going to paste it in A1. And then if you click on the control drop-down options, then it's going to be in the second row, second button. If you put your mouse on it or let your mouse rest on it, then it says keep source column widths, and that's what you want. All right. Then they say copy the range C2 to E11, same thing, copy whichever method you prefer, and then they want you to paste it in the Durban worksheet in B1. And again, they want you to keep the source formatting. In other words, you go down on the control option and it's the second button, second option. All right. And then they say create a print screen image of the Durban worksheet and paste it in the space provided in question 4. So you are going to say control print screen. Mine works a little bit differently, but then it's important at the bottom that you capture the Durban tab, that you are on the Durban tab. And then here, I just want to delete this one in A. So in 4.1.1c, you're going to paste it there, but make sure that you can see that little Durban tab at the bottom, that you copied it in the Durban worksheet. All right, 4.1.2. Now they say format the Durban worksheet as follows. So now we go back to Excel and make sure you are on the Durban tab. Now they say filter the skills programs entered, which is column C. We are now doing number A. And then they want you to filter it in a very specific way. So you're going to click so that you are in C1, and then right click so that the options appear, and then you're going to go to the middle of the options where it says filter, and then we're going to select filter by selected cell values, and then the little filter buttons appear. Okay, now they want you, number B, A, sorry, we're still busy with A. Filter it so that the values are greater than 4 and less than 19. In other words, it's 2 filter things that they want you to do. So if you click on that filter, the options that appear there, if you go to number filters, because we're going to filter according to numbers, then you're going to have to select the one at the bottom that says customized filter, so that this dialog box will appear where you can have 2 different filtering options, something, something, and something, something. Okay, so the first one, you're going to click on the drop down and then say greater than, second column, you're going to select 4. And, because it's not or, it's and, so you keep it on and. Then they want it less than, and second column, 19. And then just check before you go out here, before you click on OK. Where do they want you to take the screenshot on this question or the next question. So if you look at B, then they say create a print screen of the Durban. So you can click on OK, and the filtering results appear. Now they want you to make a print screen of this. Again, make sure that you get the Durban tab at the bottom, and then on your Word document, we're going to select it there in B. Paste it in B. 4.1.2 B. Okay. Remember I told you if your screenshot is too big or it captured a wide space that you don't need, then you can click on the screenshot, which acts as a picture, and then in Word you're going to go to Picture Format and then crop it, just to get all the unnecessary bits out. All right, then number C. Now we go back to Excel. We've made our screenshot. Then they say, sorry, still after B, after you've done the screenshot, then they want you to clear the filter. So you click on that filter button in column C, and then you select that option that says clear filter from the skills program. All right, done that. Now we move to C. Copy the range A2 to D10. Copy the range, and then they want you to paste it in the space, to fill the range A12. So now we go to A12, and in A12 then you paste it. And then they want you to move the comments to column E. So you're going to have to click on the comment, drag it to E, and then also make column E bigger so that the comment fits. You will see the line that will go from the comment to where the comment is will automatically adjust to become longer. So all 4 comments, you are going to drag it to column E. And then number D, insert an open row in A1 and then copy the content of A1 in the SA Comp worksheet and paste it in A1 in the Durban worksheet. Okay, so on row 1, you're going to highlight on the black arrow so that the whole row highlights. Right click and then go to insert so that you can insert a row above. And then we go to SA Comp. In A1, you're going to copy that cell and then paste it in cell A1 so that it's the same heading that pastes in the Durban worksheet. Then they say insert a header in the center of the worksheet as indicated below. So there are 2 ways that you can insert a header. If you look at the bottom, in the bottom on the green bar, you've got 3 little rectangles there, which indicates the different views. The first one, if you put your mouse on it, is normal. Second one is page layout, and the third one is page break preview. So the middle one is the page layout view. If you click on that one, then the header option will automatically appear there. Otherwise, you can also alternatively go to your insert tab, and there in the second last option it says text. If you click on the, is it now text? The first time I did this, I also got this wrong. Where is the header now? Now I don't know. Anyway, some of you knew it. Please look in the book. I'm going to then select the page layout view, then the header appears there, and they want you to do it in the center. So there you are going to type in caps, exam, obviously your exam number is going to be your exam number, enter, and then say question 4.1.2 with a little e in brackets, lowercase. remember, you must do it exactly how they do it. If they do it in caps, you do it in caps. If they do it in small letter E in brackets, then you do it small letter E in brackets. All right. Then when I now entered the header and footer, it automatically opened the header footer tab. So once you are done with that, then you can close it. There they also give you the option to go to the footer, to add page numbers, etc. But that's not what they require. Alternatively, you just click in any other cell and it will deactivate. Then they say F, print the worksheet with row and column headings on one portrait page. All right. So remember, we are still working on the Durban worksheet. So before you then print, then you go to, you have to activate print headings, and it's on the, sorry, I need to now look for it. Print headings, page layout. It's on the page layout tab. So when you click on the page layout tab, more or less in the middle of the ribbon, if you look at the bottom grouping names, it says sheet options. And then it says headings, and it's got a tick for view, and then you have to tick the print. And then if you go control print, print preview, then there you will see that the column headings and the row headings have been added. Okay, then you print this. All right, that was number F. Now we're moving on to G. Okay, now G says sort the range A2 to D11. So we are still on the Durban worksheet according to the competitors, and they want you to do it from smallest to largest, and then by number of winners from smallest to largest. So on the competitors drop down filter, because the filter is still there, or you just go right click filter, then we go choose that first option that says competitors smallest to largest, and then we go to number of winners, which is column D, and they want again smallest to largest. Okay, now if you look at them, you will see the data has adjusted. Now H, they want you to arrange the custom sort dialog box so that all information, including the worksheet information, is visible and that it fits on one page. In other words, we are gonna click on number filters, customized filter, so that that dialog box appears there. Just position it so that everything is visible. And then they want you to create a print screen image of the entire worksheet window and paste it in the space provided. So again, you are going to select print screen, and then we go to down on your Word document, 4.1.2i, and that is where we're gonna print the print screen. All right, done with that. Now we go back to formatting. I'm just gonna cancel that customize dialog box. Now we go back to SA Comp worksheet. Now they say activate the freeze top row function and display only rows 1 and 11. So I'm going to click on 1, and then it's on the view, let me just see, on the view tab. There again in the window box, it's second last, there is an option that says freeze panes. And if you click on the drop down, it's going to say there, freeze top row. That is what we want. Okay. And then if you go down with your arrow, go down, 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 down. You've got to go down until you can only see row 11 after you've frozen it. And then I just want to get that out of the way. Sorry, let me do that again. Freeze top row, and then I'm going to go down until you can see only that A1 and 11, and then I'm gonna, do they say that you've got to make a print screen? Yes. B, now you create a print screen image of the SA Comp worksheet to show the action that you froze that row and you paste it in the space provided. So I go Control Print Screen, and in my case now you are going to have to crop it, but I can select my area and then I'm going to go to my Word document where I'm now going to paste it in 4.2.1b. I paste it there. Okay, now we move on to C. Go back to Excel. Okay, now they say edit the comment in C11 to read as follows. Remember, we're still on the SA Comp worksheet. Okay, but now I'm going to have to go back so that I can see them. So, in C11, it's the comment that says hi competitors, improvement of skills development. So they want you to edit it. So you can either just click on the comment and delete it, or there's an edit button if you right click on it. So I'm just going to delete the bit that I don't want there. I'm going to keep hi competitors, and then you type. Please don't type, make sure it's not in bold, because on the question paper it's not bold. Improvement of skills development. Okay, so I change that, and then in C3 they want you to delete the comment in C3. So if you click on it, then if you right click, there's no delete option there, but if, let me just see here, let me just see, is it now view? I need to go review. Then on the review button, in the comments box, there's a delete comment option there. Then you delete the comment. And then insert the text, world skills as a header in the left section, and your exam number and question 4 in the right. So I click on my view. Oh, they give you they say there, if you do that, then it's not going to be able to keep the first row frozen, which is fine because you've already made a print screen of the freeze. Okay, now they want it in the left section of the header, you're going to type world skills in caps because they did it in caps. And then in the right, that's where they want you to type your examination number. And you're going to enter and then say question 4 in the right. Then they want you to print the SA Comp spreadsheet in portrait orientation showing the comment as displayed on the worksheet with row and column headings on one page. So again, on the page layout tab, let me just go out of the header to deactivate it. Again, you go to that middle block that says sheet options, then tick the box for print headings, and then you're going to go control print screen, and you are going to print this page. All right, then we are done with 4.2. Okay, now you save it. Now we're going to close this one because now they want you to work on a different, or must we just minimize it? Let's just minimize it before we now close it. All right. So I put my files on my desktop. It will now depend on where you saved yours. Now I just need to look for it again because I've got a lot of stuff on my desktop. Okay. It said ODP level 4. Oh no, I did it somewhere else actually. Okay, anyway, I did it, I gave it another name so that I don't save over files. All right, so now I'm going to look for Compete. So now I open the Compete workbook. Okay, there it's opening. Then retrieve the workbook complete and format as indicated below. All right, almost finished. Then it says export the chart on the competitor's worksheet to the space provided in question 4. So I click on that chart, and then I just want to see if you right click on it, there's an export as an object file, which I now don't see here. Alternatively, I'm going to click on it and say Control C to copy it. And then they want you to paste it in Word in the space provided, which is 4.4. This is the one where they didn't provide a space for it. So you're just going to go and make your own numbering there. So you're going to click 4.4, just enter. Maybe make 3 enters, and in the middle, remember to always have your show and hide button on. We're going to print it there. I can maybe make it slightly smaller in size, just so that it goes back to the previous page. There you paste it. All right. 4.4. Then 4.5. Now they want you to edit the worksheet as below. Protect the chart worksheet with the password. I just want to go back to this one. Protect the chart worksheet. So you're still on the chart, the first worksheet. And we're going to go to, sorry guys, I'm a bit rusty, the review tab. So there is in the protect box, it says protect sheet. Now you must be very careful that you click on the right option. There are 2 options. The first one says protect sheet. The second one says protect workbook. Make sure in this case they want you to protect the worksheet. So click on protect worksheet, and then they give you a password in caps, which is level. Then you type level. And again, yeah, just be very careful that you make the print screens where they want you to make the print screens before you close it. They say here, do not close the dialog boxes, okay? Because you need to confirm the worksheet. So if I click on OK, it goes to re-enter the password to proceed. So again, you type level. You can move the dialog box slightly. And then in B, they say, create a print screen image of the entire worksheet window, this whole thing, showing the protect sheet and confirm password dialog boxes, and paste in the space provided in question 4. So already I made a mistake by not making a print screen of the first one. So I'm just going to cancel so I can do it again. If you cancel it, it goes back to the original protect worksheet. Okay, now I'm back to protect the first one. Now I make a print screen of this. Remember to include the chart at the bottom, but if you say print screen, it will appear there. Then I print screen this in 4.5.1a, or actually it's B. Okay, so there are going to be 2 print screens there. So first I do the one. Now I go back. Now I say OK, and now I re-enter, which is level. Just make sure you don't make a typo, otherwise your passwords are not going to work out. Now I take my second print screen, go to my Word document, and just below the first one, there I paste it. So it's 2 separate print screens. Okay, now I've done that. And now I can click on OK. That's fine. Okay. Now in 4.6, they say encrypt the complete workbook. So now you go to the protect workbook button and all of its elements with the password. So you go through the same process and it's going to be 2 screenshots. Now I click on protect workbook. Now I say the password is comp level 4. Okay, screenshot. I make my screenshot. Okay, there's the first one. And I go down to 4.7 because that's where they want you to create the print screen images. So in 4.7, you do your first screenshot. You can crop it if you need. Now I click on OK. Now it's re-entering that same one, remember, in caps. Comp, let me just see here. Comp level 4, that I don't make a mistake. I make my screenshot. Go to my Word document, and then just below the other one, I paste it. Okay. Confirm the password, but do not close the dialog boxes because in the very next 4.7, that is where they say create a print screen image of the encrypt document and confirm the password dialog boxes with the bullets indicating the password and paste it in the space provided in question 4, which I've done. Okay. All right. Let me just go back to my re-entering and say, okay. Oopsie, I made a typo somewhere. Okay, but now I've got to cancel first. Protect workbook. Caps is on comp level 4. Okay, and now I do comp level 4 again. Okay, there, I've done it now. Now we've done that. Okay, now they're going to ask you to delete the worksheet. So if you are on the worksheet and you say delete, then it gives you that message that says the cell or chart you're trying to change is a protected worksheet. To make a change, unprotect the sheet. You might be requested to enter a password. Okay, so they obviously, now you make a print screen of this just to show that you put a worksheet on it, and in Word you paste it there below. Let me just see if there's no 4.8. No. But anyway, so we just go here below the previous one and paste it there to show, but you did protect it. All right. Okay, no worries. Okay, now the next question, 4.9. Now they say create a copy of the competitor's worksheet and move it to the end. So on this competitors, once you've now opened it, then you're going to go to where it says, okay, let me see. Copy. And then if you say paste, oh, goodness. No, I don't want to select all the sheets. I just want to copy this one sheet. Create a copy of the competitor's worksheet and move it to the end. Oh my goodness. Okay, home. Let me just see here on home. If I say copy, and then if I say paste, then the worksheet must actually now paste. Move it to the end. So how you move it to the end is you drag it. Which is now where? Insert. I just want to see your home. Competitors. click on the worksheet, move to the end. Okay, let's just see here. Oh my goodness, where is it now? Copy, and then copy. If we say copy as picture, does it move? As shown on screen, as shown when printed, copy. Okay. Paste. Oh my goodness. Select the participate. Okay, I'll do that now. Let me just figure it out. Move to the end. Okay, I'll do that now. And then the next question, 4.10, I'll come back to 4.9. It says select the participate worksheet and then create a print screen image of the entire window showing the available sheets, and then you have to paste it in the space provided in question 4. So they want you to make the print screen when you are here on this one. Now I still need to figure out how to make a copy of this. And it doesn't allow me to drag it to the end. It's because I think we protected the workbook, so it doesn't want to make changes. So I think what we're gonna have to do is to unprotect it. Otherwise, it doesn't want to work. Enter the password. Okay, press comp level 4. Oh, sorry, you have to unprotect it. Sorry, I had a blonde moment there. Okay, so if you unprotect it, then if you right click on that sheet, then it goes to move or copy. So at the bottom, you're going to tick that box that says create a copy, and we want to move it to the end. Then we click on OK. So it made a copy. Sorry about that, guys. I really had a blonde moment there. I forgot we've got to unprotect it. But anyway, it's a good thing I did it wrong. Then you can learn from that. And then I moved it to the end. Then they want you to select participate and create a print screen image of the entire window showing the available sheets, and then paste it in the space provided. All right, so now I make my print screen showing the bottom sheets as well, and then I'm going to paste it in. Just close that, and I'm going to paste it in 4.10. Okay, and that is it, because there you can see all the sheets at the bottom, and you can also see that you made a copy of competitors, and obviously they will give you a mark probably for unprotecting it, because you can't make changes if you don't unprotect it. And that is the end of Excel. All right, good luck with the test, or whatever, however you needed to watch this video for whatever. And if you have any questions, you can just ask. I will also upload this video on YouTube.